Welcome to Indiana High School basketball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Coca-Cola, Culver Portside Marina, Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, and Silla College. The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen. Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Collins Insurance. Howard's Marathon of Winnemac. And 5 Star. The Coca-Cola pregame show with Mitch Columbi and Coach Terry Minix is next.
5 Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 Stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owner serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5 Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5 Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
Welcome to the Coca-Cola pregame show. Now, here are the voices of K99.3, Mitch Columbi and Coach Terry Minix.
You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. The North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays face off against the Lewis Cast Kings for a regional championship. This is Indiana High School basketball. For the last 57 years, we've experienced sports broadcasting greatness here on WKVI. For that, we tip our hat to Harold Welter and thank him for his dedication and service to local high school sports. Thank you, Harold, for all that you have done for Kankakee Valley Broadcasting. With me perched up high in the nest as our sports analyst, we are honored to have two-time Indiana High School basketball state champ, Terry Minix. Down on the sidelines, getting all the inside information courtside, our very own Chris McGowan. I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. This is Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. And we welcome you to the nest in North Judson, Indiana, 46366. This is the IHSAA's 2023 Boys Regional Championship game as we are set to continue the new era of Kankakee Valley Broadcasting Sports on 99.3 FM and around the world, streaming live on WKVI.com. As we get all of us ready for our 40th basketball broadcast of the year, we know the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays very well as they are one of our area teams. We have, however, not seen the Kings from Lewis Cass, so let's check them out. When we look at the Kings of Lewis Cass, head coach Kyle Johnson is in his 11th season at the helm. The Kings have had a very successful year, winning 3 out of 4 conference games throughout this season. They haven't lost a game since February 11th, where they took a tough loss to Westfield, 61-50. Since that time, the Kings finished out their season winning the last 4 games of the year. Then opened their sectional up with a win against Pioneer, 65-29. Then Rochester in the semifinal round, 54-43. And then Wabash this past Monday, 61-56, making them sectional champions. The Kings come into tonight at 18-7 on the year. Leading the way for the Kings in the scoring department is Luke Chambers, averaging 16.3 points per game game, shooting 63% from the floor. Right behind him is Tyson Good, averaging 14.5 per game. Chambers also leads this squad in rebounding. He's averaging 9.8 boards per game. Good leads the team in assists and steals, averaging 3.4 dimes per game and 1.5 takeaways per game. Hey, breaking things down and analyzing things for us today, we have sports analysts Terry Minix and Chris McGowan. I'll start with you, Terry. From what we just heard about the Kings, give us your early impression.
Well, they've got tons of size. You know, I think that's one of the things that Judson hasn't ran into the last 3 or 4 games that we've seen. They haven't had to be concerned with. They were the bigger team. So that's one of them things I think is going to be a little bit different for them. But the thing they have the speed. I mean, their defense will probably put a lot of pressure on these big guys, and that's what I look for, is them to do that.
Chris, what's the word behind the scenes down there on the Kings of Lewis Cass?
In one word, huge. I tell you what, I'm looking at this Chambers kid. Oh, my goodness. Going to play football in college. He's a big boy. Judson's going to have their hands full inside, that's for sure.
Well, Chris McGowan down on the sidelines for us, getting all the inside information courtside. We saw the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays win their second sectional championship in a row last weekend. The Blue Jays ended their regular season on a 10-game winning streak. 2 of those wins came over 4A schools, Gary West and Kankakee Valley. The Blue Jays also went undefeated in conference play, becoming the 2023 Hoosier North Athletic Conference champions. In sectional action, they beat Wheeler in the opening round 59-30, then beat the South Central Satellites of Union Mills 53-25 in the semifinal round, and then South Bend Career Academy in the championship game 56-48. That gave them their 13th win in a row last Saturday. The Blue Jays come into tonight's contest at 23-3 on the year. Leading the way for the Blue Jays in the scoring department is Kelson Jordan, averaging 14.3 points per game. Right behind him is Ty Schumacher, averaging 13.6, and then Quinn Bales averages 9.6, and Cheyenne Allen averaging 9.4. Leading the team in rebounding is the big man, Kelson Jordan, averaging 5 per game. Quinn Bales is the team's assist leader so far, averaging just over 3 dimes per game. Let's start with the Blue Jay alum first. Chris, what do you enjoy seeing out of this year's Blue Jays?
They're tenacious just on defense. I tell you what, they get after it on the defensive end of the floor, and their unselfishness. Again, I think they're going to have to execute a game plan today that, like Coach Minix said, this size of this Lewis Cass team is something that they haven't encountered very much this year. So it's going to be a different defensive game plan today, and they're going to have to execute it flawlessly to be successful.
Terry, we keep seeing these Blue Jays win. Is there anything you believe the Jays need to tighten up a bit on to make sure today's game goes their way?
Well, the big thing is keep sharing the basketball like they've done all tournament long. And the other thing is, I think, you've got to take advantage of your quickness. Obviously, like Chris says, they've got a ton of size down there, but I think the Blue Jays have the advantage on the quickness. So use that to your advantage. Attack the basket, attack their bigs, and hopefully get some foul, get them in a little bit of foul problems, and then you can get to the free throw line.
We appreciate you joining us on the Coca-Cola pregame show, refreshing the world, making a difference. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors as the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report is next. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas. Average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Who's in? Who's out? It's the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report with Mitch Columbi. Mitch?
Thanks to my best friend, John Thompson, the Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been serving lives of the residents of Pulaski County and the surrounding area since 1963. We appreciate them supporting local high school sports. We are lucky to say no injuries to report, as that is your Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report. Stay tuned as the Marian University Ancilla College Coaches Corner is next. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
This presentation of our area's local high school sports is sponsored by Pulaski Memorial Hospital in Winamac. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is dedicated to providing excellent health care to improve the health and quality of life for the people in the community they serve. They will meet the community's needs and exceed their expectations by creating the best possible health care experience. For more information of the services they provide, call 946-2100.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Brems. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392.
Let's talk with the coaches on the Ancilla College Coaches Corner with Mitch Columbi.
All right, I'm here with head coach Kent Cheesem of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays coming into a regional championship game against Lewis Cass. What can you tell our listeners that you already haven't said this morning about the Kings?
I'm not sure there's anything else, but, they're a talented club, very well coached. I've known Coach Johnson for 25 years or longer, and those guys will be tough and well prepared and really physical today.
Anything in particular that you're hoping to see right out of the gate, maybe some pressure?
Well, yeah, we're going to pressure a little bit. I think they definitely have the size advantage. We'd like to think that we have the quickness advantage, and if we can make that more of a deciding factor in the game, then I think we have a good chance. If their strength and size kind of wears us down, then it might be a problem.
Anybody in particular you definitely need to step up for you?
Every single one of them. It's regional time. I mean, it can't just be one or two people. It's got to be all of them. And I think we're ready. I like where we are mentally, and we'll just have to see how it goes.
Coach, appreciate your time. Good luck.
Thank you.
Welcome to Marian University's newest location, Ancilla College of Marian University. Marian's newest campus location in Plymouth is your home for an on-campus college experience. From living in the dorms to being a collegiate student-athlete, Marian University is ranked third most innovative Midwest university by U.S. News & World Report. For more information about our 2- or 4-year degrees, go to www.marian.edu/Ancilla. That's www.marian.edu/Ancilla.
Welcome back to the Marian University Ancilla College Coaches Corner. I am here with Lewis Cass, boys basketball head coach for the Kings, Kyle Johnson. Coach, welcome to regionals. What do you know about the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays?
Well, at this stage of the game, we know quite a bit. And I know, number one, from experience, they're coached very well. And I've really enjoyed watching this team because they're very hard-nosed. They're fundamentally sound, and they're skilled. They got some presence inside. They got some athletic and strength, around the perimeter, and they take on a kind of persona of their tough coach. So excited for the opportunity.
What is it that you're hoping to see from your boys out on the floor to maybe stop that?
Well, I want them to continue to be consistent in what they do. I think where we've held our hat recently to put us in this position is defensively. So the big part is with young kids, they got to know personnel, and they just need to continue to do what we've been doing. It's very important to keep guys in front of you. It's very important to keep guys off the glass. And the things don't change from first game to the 26th game.
What's been your message to the boys leading up to this game?
Biggest message we have right now is we've played a schedule and prepared for everything that we could possibly prepare for. They're ready. They're prepared. They've been here. They haven't been here before, but there's not a situation they haven't seen throughout the year. Being up big, down big, big crowds, every situation. And I think that's what you got to put your position. You got to put your kids in throughout the season so they're ready for this time of year.
Message to Kings Nation.
Hey, just appreciate their support, and we're hoping they're being loud tonight.
Coach, appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Wanting something more sporty? Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
Now it's time for the keys to the game. Sponsored by the Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen.
All right, as we get set for Indiana High School Boys Regional Championship basketball action, what are your keys to the game as a North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jay, Terry?
Well, I think the biggest thing is they need to push the ball up. You know, we keep talking about the advantage they have, and the advantage they seem to have is their speed. So I would keep pushing the ball up the floor and attack their bigs. Get to the free throw line, keep attacking, whether it's an inside-out game or what, but they've got to use their athleticism to their advantage.
Okay, now we flip sides. Chris, you are the head coach of the Lewis Cass Kings. What do you want to do today in hopes of stopping that Blue Jay attack?
Get off to a good start. Try to take this crowd that North Judson has here at home out of the game and try to, again, just control tempo. Take advantage of that size and pound the ball inside and maybe try to get Kelson Jordan, the big from North Judson, in foul trouble.
Well, we got the guys with us to break the game down today, as that's your keys to the game, sponsored by the Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen. Today's broadcast is also brought to you in part by Marian University's Ancilla College. If you are looking for a place to continue your education, visit marian.edu/Ancilla. Time to sit back, grab a Coke, and chill as the Coca-Cola pregame show continues. Our starting lineup is next. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Hey folks, Auto Park Ford of LaPorte has got some news for you. We now have the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in LaPorte County. So if you're in the market, come and check us out, because right now is the best time to trade in your current vehicle. Not interested in purchasing a vehicle? That's okay. We'll buy yours even if you don't buy ours. Not currently in the market, but your car needs serviced? Come check out our newly renovated service department and let them take care of all your service needs. And remember, we're not just an auto dealer, we're an auto park.
This presentation of our area's local high school sports is sponsored by Pulaski Memorial Hospital in Winamac. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is dedicated to providing excellent health care to improve the health and quality of life for the people and the community they serve. They will meet the community's needs and exceed their expectations by creating the best possible health care experience. For more information of the services they provide, call 946-2100.
Now it's time for the starting lineups.
For the Kings of Lewis Cass, starting at point guard is Tyson Good. At the 2 guard is Hayden McClain. Starting at small forward is Trey Johnson. At the power forward is L.J. Hillis. At the 5 is Luke Chambers. That's the starting lineups for the Kings of Lewis Cass. For the Blue Jays of North Judson-San Pierre, at point guard is Connor Benson. At the 2 is Ty Schumacher. Starting at the small forward is Quinn Bales. At the 4 is Cheyenne Allen. And at the 5 is Kelson Jordan. That is our starting lineup for today, as we will be back to get set for tip-off. You are listening to KVB's WKVI.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, bringing you Indiana high school basketball on 99.3 FM, The Valley.
From the nest in North Judson, Indiana, it's the 2023 IHSAA Regional Championship game between the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays and the Lewis Cass Kings. I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, as WKVI will always be there. We also want to let you know Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WYMR will always be there too. As a matter of fact, you can catch even more boys basketball regional championship action between the John Glenn Falcons and the South Bend Washington Panthers right after our game with the boss, Tony Ross, on Max 98.3 FM and online at max983.net. KVB always has you covered for local high school sports in this area of Indiana. That's Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WYMR. We're your Max Radio. Don't hesitate to follow us on social media. We are on Facebook at Sports to the Max, on Instagram at WKVI Sports, and on Twitter at KVB Sports for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. Let's check in courtside with sports analyst Chris McGowan. How are things feeling down there, Chris?
I tell you what, the electricity, you can cut it with a knife. This is great atmosphere. I tell you what, if you can't get up for regional basketball, there's something wrong with you, that's for sure.
Well, Chris, I appreciate you being down there. I know it's going to be extra loud, but whatever you hear, make sure to jump in whenever you can to let us know what Coach Cheesem and his boys want to do.
Oh, no problem about that. I'll definitely jump in.
Well, Terry, here we are a few minutes ago. Try to remember back in your mind a little bit when you got ready for a big regional game like this. What was the mindset of a head coach?
Well, the mindset basically is make sure you're there for the kids, because they're going to be a little nervous. I mean, it doesn't matter how many times, Judson was here last year. It doesn't really matter at that point, because it's still, some of them are seniors now.
Right.
So
right.
It could be their last game, and they obviously don't want that. So as a head coach, you want to make sure they understand if they, throw the ball away the first time or have a hiccup, you're there and just tell, hey, it's fine. So, but both teams are going to have nerves right off the bat. I'll be surprised if they don't. But, as a head coach, just be there for them.
Talk about what it's like to come into the nest on a regional game and have to play the home team. That'd be tough.
That really is. I mean, what an advantage that, the Blue Jays have. And the other part is I'm going to say the Blue Jays have half this gym with Blue Jay fans in here. I mean, just so much blue all over the place. And this place is packed. I mean, there really isn't a lot of seats.
No.
I mean, I'm sure they can squeeze you in some spots, but it's packed. It's a great tournament feel, and I'm excited. It's going to be a really good game, because I know Kyle Johnson really well, and the guy can, he forces defense, and it's going to be a really good game.
Well, and you mentioned off the air before we went on that Kyle Johnson, head coach for the Kings, played at Miami of Ohio. And
coached at Winamac. So, like I say, I've known him, and the guy can coach. Obviously, he could play. He's just it's going to be a fun matchup between him and Coach Cheesem.
Yeah, Chris, what's your story on Kyle Johnson?
One of my first wins as a boys varsity basketball coach came against Kyle Johnson. We coached at Winamac.
Wow.
Triple overtime thriller. So I've coached against Coach Johnson, so I know him pretty well.
Boy, well, it's nice to know everybody and connect the dots here. We see both schools' cheer blocks here in full force. I even heard the band. I don't know which school's band is here, but everyone is here in full force. Both teams, it looks like the cheerleaders from Lewis Cass are here, and we are getting ready for a fantastic ball game. We are proud to let you know the public address announcer today in the nest is Nate Radke. The clock operator will be Dave Altman. The scorekeeper is Nick Radke. Our officials for this evening: well, I lost my paper there. My apologies there. But we do have a officiating crew in charge. There's 3 gentlemen down there on the floor. My apologies for not getting those names. Chris McGowan is with us courtside, as he will be keeping an ear out for what's going on up close and personal. 2-time Indiana High School basketball state champion Terry Minix is with me up in the nest. I am Mitch Columbi, proud to be doing the play-by-play as we are set for boys basketball regional championship action from the nest in North Judson, Indiana. We'll get ready for our national anthem here in just a moment, as If you missed the Saturday Sports Line this morning, don't worry. Our replay will be tomorrow, every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on K99.3 WKVI. Boy, everybody's getting on their feet already. They are so anxious for this game to start. Not only that both teams are standing, the whole gym is on their feet right now. As you could, hey, Chris was right. You could cut the tension with a knife, Terry.
Oh, for sure. This is tournament. This is tournament time, baby.
Well, I'll turn things over to our public address announcer here in the Nest, Nathan Radke.
Join in the singing of our national anthem as performed by Melinda Kennedy.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, I think we just found the next live musician that Rich Wallen needs to have on his morning show.
Wow.
And as a matter of fact, every morning join Rich Wallen on the WKVI Morning Show Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central. Then in the afternoon, join Lenny Dessauer from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. We invite you to catch local news as well for our area. We do it all with Kankakee Valley Broadcasting News Director Anita Gooden, who covers news on WYMR and WKVI. You can catch our stories on WKVI.com and Max983.net to stay up to speed in your local area. I don't blame you if you do. So we'll go through the starting lineups one more time for us here in the Nest. We'll start with the Kings of Lewis Cass. At point guard is Tyson Good. At the 2 guard is Hayden McClain. At the 3 is Trey Johnson. At the 4 is L.J. Hillis. And at the 5 is Luke Chambers. For the Blue Jays of North Judson-San Pierre, at point guard is Connor Benson. At the 2 is Ty Schumacher. Starting at small forward is Quinn Bales. And at the 4 is Cheyenne Allen. And at the 5 is Kelson Jordan. You know, one thing that stood out to me, Coach, in our Salute to the Champions segment with the 5 seniors on this Blue Jay team was they were really not that excited about the sectional championship win. They were happy. They were glad they came, got business done. But this is where they said their mind has been since last summer. They put in the time, they put in the work, and now here we are for a regional championship. They said it was clear to me, they said they knew the last regional championship win for North Judson-San Pierre was 2009. So they want to make that happen tonight for them.
Well, I think, you know, in a nutshell, they've got unfinished business.
Yeah.
And that's the way they feel. And that's great when you have your senior leaders, you know, feeling that way. And like you said, they were happy with that sectional win, but they know there's more on that plate that they need to get.
Yeah, Chris, I'll ask you the same thing. You heard it this morning on the Saturday Sports Line. You know, these Blue Jays, they're satisfied, but they are hungry for more. Maybe they're not satisfied is what I should say.
Yeah, a little bit of an empty feeling in their stomach after the performance they had last year in the regional in that morning game. So, yeah, I think they're a little hungry. And on a side note, the lady that sung the national anthem is Cheyenne Allen. Allen's mother.
Oh my goodness.
That was amazing.
Wow, she did such a fantastic job.
If that doesn't get you pumped up, with her singing that was incredible.
Boy, so she sings the national anthem, and her son's about to have probably one of the best games, hopefully. I saw him in the hall, actually. I saw Cheyenne in the hall, gave him a fist bump, and I said, how you doing today? He goes, oh, I'm ready. That was his first response, oh, I'm ready. So you better believe Cheyenne Allen, and then we just saw his mom. They were both ready for today's matchup with Lewis Cass. As the Kings are in town and the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays are hosting a regional championship. We are so glad to be here for you. I'm Mitch Columbia along with Terry Minix. We've got Chris McGowan courtside getting all the inside information. Today's tip is brought to you in part by Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winamac. We also appreciate them being our sponsor for the Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week Award given out each week on the Saturday Sports Line. That's the longest running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very own Harold Welter. We also congratulate our Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week for this week, Hayden Fritz, one of the main wrestlers over there at West Central. Boy, that kid has done it all. Stay tuned throughout the week, and then next Saturday where his interview will air on the Saturday Sports Line. They've got the lights doused. They are going through the starting lineups for the Blue Jays right now. We see Kelson Jordan come off the bench. These guys just have a little bit of swagger to them, Coach.
Well, the other thing that, is different for last year is last year they had to win 2 games to win the regional, and this year they know all they got to do is they got to get this one. Now, obviously, as a coach, you're telling them one game at a time, but this one game right here means a regional championship.
This is for everything. Man, a chance to do it on your home court.
Oh, man, yeah. They've got everything they want right now. They just got to go out there and do what they've been doing all year long.
So we are set for action. You can hear it. It's going to be a crazy day today. So glad you're with us. Kelson Jordan. Tyson Good in the middle. And the Kings are going to control possession first. And bringing it cross court is number 2, Hayden McLean. McLean dumps it off. This is number 24, Luke Chambers. Now back over to McLean. Inside, back out to McLean. Up top now. Oh, it's stolen. Picked up by Ty Schumacher. Here he comes all the way, and he dropped it. Oh, man. Bounced right off his knee and goes out of bounds. Turnover for the Blue Jays.
That's that nervousness on both of them right there. But they'll be fine. Like I say, get a minute or two into this, and you'll see we're going to see a really good game.
Full court pressure from the Blue Jays, as head coach Kent Cheatham told us in the pregame. The Kings break the get it cross court now. And up top is Tyson Good. Tyson Good, he finds over to number 2. This is Hayden McLean back to Good, and then finds it over to number 12. This is Trey Johnson. Johnson back over to L.J. Hillis, up top to Chambers, and then back over to number 2. Hayden McLean almost lost it, but he keeps it. He's got Connor Benson on him. Now he finds it over to Tyson Good. 3 on the way, extended wing, no good. Fight for the rebound. It falls into the hands of Luke Chambers. He's going to turn around for the post and get the shot to go. 2-0, the Kings lead early. Benson brings it cross court, and here it is into Cheyenne Allen hand. Fakes left, goes right, drives baseline, pops it for 15, and there he is, Cheyenne Allen. 2-2, the Blue Jays tie it, and they're full court pressing again. Here's Trey Johnson now. Johnson brings it cross court. He's going to find it over to number 3, Tyson Good. Good now with the ball. Schumacher on him, fakes, goes to the corner. This is number 21, L.J. Hillis. He's going to shoot it 18 feet top of the key, and he's going to drop it. 4-2, the Kings go back up. And Connor Benson brings it cross court here. Benson over to Quinn Bales up top now. Coming up on 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 4-2, the Kings lead. Kelson Jordan top of the key. Picks up his dribble right in front of the Kings bench now. He's going to hand off to Ty Schumacher. Schumacher with the ball, fakes a pass, and then finds it over to Connor Benson. Now over to Quinn Bales. Bales back up top to Kelson. Jordan with the ball. Now to Quinn. Taking their time, picks up his dribble. Bales with the ball. Oh, no. He saved it. Almost stolen. Back to Kelson. Corner three on the way. No good. And it's going to be rebounded by number 12, Trey Johnson, for the Kings. And they're going to take their time bringing this one up. Looks like they don't have a problem taking their time, getting set in motion here. As this is number 3, Tyson Good, getting it into Luke Chambers. Turnaround shot from the post. Double team came, and the help was there. Rebounded by Ty Schumacher, and he brings it up. Schumacher back to Connor Benson, and Benson back over to Cheyenne Allen. Allen up top, almost stolen, but he keeps it alive. Spins around, driving inside to the corner. Kelson Jordan, 3 on the way. Up, and it's almost there. No good. Rebounded by L.J. Hillis, and here come the Kings. Hillis with the ball. Pops a 3, top of the key, and he gets it to go. 7-2, quick 3 from the Kings as they are in the lead. 4:40 to go here in the first quarter. Connor Benson to bring it across the timeline, and it was almost stolen by Hayden McClain. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay here.
You know, one thing I've noticed that in this game, they're only getting one opportunity. In a lot of their games before, Judson was getting second and third chances on after their shots. But that's the size that these guys have at Lewis Cass.
So Quinn Bales throws it backcourt to Connor Benson, and he brings it across. Hands off to Cheyenne Allen, who then hands to Quinn Bales. Bales back to Kelson Jordan up top. Jordan with Luke Chambers on him. He hands off to Ty Schumacher. Driving in, pops it from the free throw line, and he gets it to go. That's Ty's shot. He got to a spot as the Kings get it in and beat the full court press. This is number 21, L.J. Hillis, who gets it back to Hayden McClain. McClain now gets it to Tyson Good. Into Luke Chambers. Now back out up top. Now back into Chambers. Post move coming, triple team, and the defense was there. Rebounded, though, down low by L.J. Hillis, and then he missed his putback, but Luke Chambers gets the rebound, and he gets a putback to go. So 9-4, the Kings lead here in the first quarter. 3:40 to go in the first. And Cheyenne Allen called for a double team as he spun around there. Another turnover for the Blue Jays.
Well, Lewis Cass is getting, more than one opportunity, and that's one thing you can't allow. I know obviously they got the size, but you've got to get a body on them and box them out.
Well, twice now, North Judson's actually had the rebound, but just lost it coming down with it. So Lewis Cass staying with it on the offensive end.
Tyson Good, top of the key, gets the handoff from L.J. Hillis. Back over to Hillis now. Extended wing. Eric Materna just checked in for the Blue Jays. Connor Benson checked out. This is Luke Chambers now with the ball. He gets it back over to Hayden McClain. McClain with the ball, fakes the pass. Cheyenne Allen all over him, and he's called for a blocking foul. A little aggressive there.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a long day if they're going to call them fouls. That was a little bit touchy, but it had no difference in the play there, or made no difference.
So they kick it back court. This is Hayden McClain now. He kicks it over to number 21, L.J. Hillis. Hillis back up top. This is Tyson Good. Tyson, he finds Hayden. Hayden McClain now with the ball. Under 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. This is regional championship game here in North Judson, Indiana. Hayden McClain. Oh, stolen. Read it well. Cheyenne Allen, fast break opportunity, and he takes the layup all the way. He is giving everything he's got right now. What a play by Cheyenne Allen. Now on the other end of the floor, driving inside. Dump off pass from Tyson Good. Blocked by Kelson Jordan. Here comes Kelson. He's bringing it across the court. Now he finds Ty Schumacher. 3 on the way in the corner. No good. Fight for the rebound. Cheyenne Allen. He's going to try to save it. And it goes out of bounds. But, boy, you can see the Blue Jays turn it on fast, Coach.
I tell you, Cheyenne Allen, it's like 3 people out there. He's all over the floor right now.
Oh, man. I'd say he meant what he said to me in the hallway.
He's ready.
He said he was ready. He wasn't joking. This is Tyson Good now. Crosses the timeline. Boy, the Kings are just taking their time each possession. Dribbling up top, letting that clock tick. This is Tyson Good. They're taking their time, Chris.
Yeah, just being patient here. Got a 3-point lead. As long as they get a good shot, why not?
Good picks up his dribble, tries to get it in, almost stolen, but he gets it back. Now to the corner. This is number 21, L.J. Hillis, inside to Luke Chambers. Turn around from the post. post. Couldn't get it to go. Rebounded Kelson Jordan, and here they come. Kelson brings it forward. Now Jordan goes inside, puts up a shot, thought he got bumped, no good, and a fight for the rebound. Last touch by the Blue Jays.
I thought he got bumped as well.
Yeah, I think he thought...
There's a lot of physicality down here, and I tell you what, other than the hand check, they're pretty much letting them play.
Yeah, I think Kelson shot the shot there just based off he thought he was going to get called for a foul, but they didn't call it. And we're moving forward as there's a kick by Quinn Bales. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay here, Lewis Cass ball.
Yeah, for as physical as the game is, we've only had one foul called thus far, and the quarter's almost over.
So this is number 12, Trey Johnson with the ball, and then a foul called. We'll see what we'll see what they say here.
Kelson Jordan.
So that's Kelson Jordan, his first. It's an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket for the Kings. They kick it out to Luke Chambers, and then it's stolen again by Cheyenne Allen. Fast break opportunity. He takes it all the way to the hole, and he lays it in. Luke Chambers tried to chase him down and block it, but no, Cheyenne Allen is not letting this game get away. He's brought the Blue Jays within one. It is 9-8. The Kings lead, and then another tip goes out of bounds. Quinn Bales was all over it. What a time for Cheyenne Allen to show up, guys.
Yeah, he's got 6 points already in this quarter of their 8.
So here are the Kings. Trey Johnson finds it over. Oh, wow, big time three from Tyson Good. Extended wing right in front of the Blue Jays bench, and that puts it back up 12-8. The Kings lead, and Quinn Bales brings it forward. He's got Tyson Good on him. He finds Eric Materna now. Materna gets it to Kelson Jordan. He's at the volleyball line. 30 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. The Blue Jays trail by 4. Jordan holding. Luke Chambers on him. Finds Quinn Bales. Now Bales over to Eric Materna. The Blue Jays giving the Lewis Cass Kings a little taste of their own medicine here. Taking time off the clock. Here's Cheyenne Allen. Now over to Eric Materna. Top of the key three on the way from Kelson Jordan. Splash. Big time three. Kelson Jordan, 11-12. Back to a 1-point ball game. Under 5 seconds. It's almost stolen. Saved by the Kings. A half-court heave. And it's a miss. Oh, man. We are in for a big one today, guys, as that's the end of the first quarter. 12-11. Lewis Cass leads in this one. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call Joe Nepp at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. Today's broadcast is also brought to you in part by First Farmers Bank and Trust, providing state-of-the-art banking with old-fashioned service. We thank them for supporting local high school sports. Coach, your opinion?
Well, I tell you, I like what the Blue Jays are doing. They're obviously they've got Kelson Jordan out front pulling Luke Chambers away from the basket. I think that's great. He doesn't pull him away when Kelson goes to the corner, but anytime Kelson comes to the top, Luke goes out to him, and that's just going to open up, the lanes a lot for these other players. Kelson, I kind of let Kelson run the point for him a little bit.
Bring Chambers out.
And just keep doing what you're doing, just flashing.
Let's go courtside to Chris McGowan. What'd you hear in the huddle, Chris?
Just talked about what Lewis Cass is doing defensively to North Judson on the offensive end. Talked about maybe setting some more back screens and looking for them. They're just switching the weave to look for the kickback once you get the handoff. So again, just some minor adjustments offensively for North Judson.
Chris McGowan down on the sidelines getting all the inside information. We appreciate him being here as one of our sports analysts, as this is Quinn Bales starting the second quarter as the Blue Jays have the ball. Bales finds Eric Materna, now inside to Kelson Jordan. Hands off to Materna, going inside. Nice play, but no. Rebounded by Luke Chambers, and here come the Kings. Up to Hayden McClain to bring it across the timeline. McClain picks up his dribble and finds it over to number 12. This is Trey Johnson. Johnson now back over to Tyson Good, who then finds it over to Hayden McClain. Now into number 0, Keaton Llewellyn. No good from 14. Rebounded Quinn Bales, and he pushes it forward. Ty Schumacher shoots a three! Water. Looks like water's leaking here in North Judson as Ty Schumacher hits another three for the Blue Jays, and they take the lead 14-12. First part of adversity here for the Kings. To start the second, it's Luke Chambers splitting the defense. Now he picks up his dribble, gets it back to number 3, Tyson Good. Good with the ball now. Brings it back out up top, and they're going to let this clock tick, fellas. Tyson, hands off. This is Hayden McClain now with the ball. Hayden kicks it over, number 12. This is Trey Johnson. Cross-court pass, dangerous to number 3. He gets it there. Now he's driving baseline, and a foul's called. It was Tyson Good driving. We'll see who the foul is on.
It's on Eric Materna.
Yep. So Eric Materna called for the foul. That leaves a out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket. We'll see Kelson Jordan check out and Aldrich Harper check in.
North Judson, the last several possessions, actually gone to a 2-3 zone. And here, looks like they're going back to 5, which looks to be man-to-man.
So man-to-man here from the Blue Jays out of the inbounds pass. From the inbounds pass to the Kings. This is up top now. Hayden McClain with the ball, dribbling between his legs. He's going left now, baseline. Fakes a shot, tries to get it inside. Fight for the ball, almost lost, picked up. 3 on the way from Tyson Good, in and out. Wow. Rebounded Luke Chambers on the inside, and his putback is no good, but he's going to go to the line.
That is a man down there. He is big. Chris, he's got to be bigger than anybody we've seen out there.
Yeah, we haven't seen someone this size.
You know, like I said in the pregame, going to play college, I don't know where at, but he's been recruited as a tight end. So very athletic and very strong.
So Luke Chambers' first free throw's up, away, and no good. That keeps it at 14-12. The Blue Jays lead here with 6:15 to go in the first half. Today's game is brought to you in part by Howard's Marathon of Winnemac, serving Pulaski County for 43 years. Call 574-946-6894 and ask for Howard. Luke Chambers' second free throw up, away, and no good. Rebounded by Aldrich Harper, and he gets it back to Ty Schumacher, who then finds Quinn Bales to bring it across the timeline. Quinn Bales now, he's up top of the key. Man-to-man from the Kings, as this is Eric Materna now with the ball. 6 minutes to go in the first half. 14-12, the Blue Jays lead. Now it's Aldrich Harper with the ball. He's going to take the pick from Cheyenne Allen. Now back over to Eric Materna. Luke Chambers on him, way out there. Now over to Quinn Bales. Bales takes the pick from Materna. Bales driving in, stops at the right elbow. Back out to Ty Schumacher now. Schumacher fakes right, goes left, pops back out. Now he's passing over to Eric Materna. Here comes Cheyenne Allen, back out to the corner. Aldrich Harper, 3 on the way, and it's blocked in the corner as Keaton Llewellyn, the senior, 6'6", he's got the length, and he gets the block there.
Yeah, Aldrich Harper just took a little too long to get that loaded.
So it sees an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket for the Blue Jays. It's Connor Benson. He gets it into Kelson Jordan. Jordan now back to Aldrich Harper, who then gets it to Connor Benson. Here comes Kelson. Baseline, he brings it back out into Eric Materna. Tried to get it back to Kelson, almost lost it, but Materna picks it back up, back to Benson, and then over to Ty Schumacher, who then finds Kelson Jordan. Jordan back over to Ty, fakes the 3, driving around, and he lost it. It bounces right off his shin. And I don't
tripped a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think the fans like that one.
Yeah, he got away with it. That's for sure, because definitely stuck his foot out and tripped Ty Schumacher there.
So a missed call here as we'll see the Kings bring it forward. This is Trey Johnson, part of the game here. This is number 3, Tyson Good, driving inside, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touched on his knee, and the Blue Jays get the ball back. So Eric Materna will get it into Connor Benson. No pressure from the Kings as we're under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Things have settled down quite well here in this game, as this is Eric Materna getting it back over to Kelson Jordan. Hands off to Ty Schumacher. Now over to Aldrich Harper, inside to Kelson Jordan. Post move from him, almost lost it. The ball sails out of bounds. Last touch by a King, and it'll stay here.
I think Blue Jays need to take advantage of Luke Chambers being on the bench right now and try to get the ball inside to Kelson Jordan.
So sideline out of bounds play from the Blue Jays. Materna throws it back court to Connor Benson, and he'll bring it across.
As soon as I said that, he got up.
I know. Benson now back out to Eric Materna, who then finds Aldrich Harper, and we've got a whistle. on the floor.
They were going inside to him.
Yeah, going to get a hold there for Lewis Cass. Almost 12 minutes into this game, and that's the first team foul on Lewis Cass.
Wow. Very disciplined. As that's the kind of start I'd think you'd want, as this is an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket for the Blue Jays. They see it out to Ty Schumacher, who then finds Quinn Bales. Bales back over to Cheyenne Allen, fakes the three, drives around, goes inside, pops a shot, no good. Fight for the rebound over Luke Chambers, and he almost got it, but no, Luke comes up with it. And here come the Kings, up to L.J. Hillis. Hillis now with the ball. Now he finds inside. This is Luke Chambers. Puts up the layup. No good. Rebounded Cheyenne Allen. They are doing a good job on Luke as they get it up to Connor. Connor over to Ty. Fakes the three. Drives inside. Cross court to Quinn. And here comes Quinn Bales driving inside. Puts up the left-handed layup. Oh, my gosh. Oh, Quinn Bales, 16-12. The Blue Jays lead by 4. As here is L.J. Hillis back over to Hayden McLean for the Lewis Cass Kings. The Blue Jays putting their foot down here in the second quarter, not allowing anything. This is number 12, Trey Johnson, who then gets it back over to number 21, L.J. Hillis. Hillis now with the ball, hands off to number 3, Tyson Good, and then gets it to Hillis, who then kicks it back up, top of the key. 3 on the way, Tyson Good, no good. Rebounded by Kelson Jordan, and then there's a whistle on the floor, and they're going to call it on the Kings.
Wow. That's on Luke.
It'll be his first. It's a good battle there on the defensive rebound, and Luke Chambers just got caught being a little too physical.
So the Blue Jays in control here, 16-12. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Connor Benson almost threw it away, but he saves it back to Cheyenne Allen. Now he's driving baseline, and it's last touched, goes out of bounds. No, they're saying it was last touched by the Blue Jays. So a turnover here.
Each team only has 4 turnovers. It's been a well-played game, very physical.
So the Kings get it in. Full court pressure showing from the Blue Jays here, as this is L.J. Hillis with the ball. Hillis crosses the timeline, gets it up to number 3, Tyson Good. Good with the ball, driving in, pops it from 5 feet, no good. Rebounded Quinn Bales, and the Blue Jays come up with it, and then a loose ball foul called on Tyson Good.
That's going to be his second.
So Lewis Cass getting into some situations here they don't want to be in, but the Blue Jays are taking hold of that for sure, Coach.
Yeah, they're
taking advantage.
They're actually doing a really nice job of only giving them one opportunity the last few times down the floor.
Here's Connor Benson getting it into Kelson Jordan. Top of the key, 3 on the way. No good. Rebounded the Kings. Keaton Llewellyn. And here come the Kings driving inside. Stolen back by the Blue Jays. Kelson Jordan pushes it forward to Connor Benson. He's going to go for the layup. No good. Rebounded Ty Schumacher. He puts it up, and then a foul called. We'll see what they say.
I tell you, it was so loud I didn't even hear the whistle.
I just saw him stop.
On the rebound there, Schumacher going up, so he'll shoot 2.
I think they give that to Luke. That's his second.
So Luke Chambers' second foul. That puts Ty Schumacher at the line. He's going to get a chance to shoot 2 free throws here. The first one's up, away, and good. As we thank Farm Fertilizer for sponsoring today's broadcast, call them at 574-867-2441. That's Farm Fertilizer, helping to move the bar on yield and crop investment returns. Ty Schumacher's second free throw on the way, and he makes it count. That's 18-12 now. The Blue Jays in the lead. The Kings get it in. Full court pressure from the Blue Jays. Back to Trey Johnson. Up to, now this is Johnson. Now to the corner. This is Llewellyn. Keaton puts a layup up over Kelson Jordan. Not very easy, and then Kelson blocks him again. Fight for the rebound. Eric Materna's on the floor, and there's a whistle. So we'll see what they call here.
I think it's a jump. Oh.
So the foul's called on Hayden McLean.
Whoa.
a little over aggressive there. He jumped on top of the pile, and that's what they called him for, was the push.
Interesting. So Quinn Bales brings it forward off the loose ball foul, as here's Cheyenne Allen handing it off to Eric Materna. Back to Quinn Bales. Pops a three deep.
Yes.
Quinn Bales! Yeah, baby. 21-12. The Blue Jays lead. Wow. The Kings weren't ready for that one. As back up top, this is number 2, Hayden McClain. Back out to number 12, Trey Johnson. Stolen by Cheyenne Allen. Allen forward to Trey Schumacher. Oh, he almost lost it. Back to Quinn Bales. He pops another three. Why not? Nope. No good off the left iron. Rebounded Keaton Llewellyn. And boy, that got the Blue Jay faithful on their feet. They thought it was going to go through.
Well, Lewis Cass has not scored yet in this period.
Great defense from the Blue Jays. Outstanding. As this is Owen Lowe getting it over. This is the corner now. Back up top. This is number 12. Trey Johnson back over to Owen Lowe. 45 seconds to go here in the first half. This is into the corner. Number 2, Hayden McClain. Back up top, number 12, Trey Johnson. Johnson back over to Owen Lowe. I'd say the Kings got punched in the mouth this quarter. Their cheer block is awfully quiet here as the Blue Jay Nation is in full force. You hear them. Still holding it. Now they get it inside to number 0.
That's nothing wrong with that. You got some fouls to give. You might as well not give them a good open look.
Now, the problem with that,
that's his second.
Cheyenne's second.
That's his second.
Yep. So that gives Cheyenne Allen his second there. That stopped the clock at 10.8 seconds to go. Aldrich Harper checks in.
But you still have that foul to give. I don't give them an open look here. And don't foul them when they're shooting. But I would obviously they're going to try to go to Luke here.
Yeah, brought Tyson Good and Luke Chambers both back into the game with 2 fouls, but on the offensive end with 10 seconds to go.
All right, out of bounds play underneath their own basket for the Kings. They get it out to number 21, L.J. Hillis. He's going to pop a 3, top of the key, and he gets it to go. As here's Eric Materna. He's going to shoot a full court shot, and then they call a foul. Oh, man. Eric Materna faked the shot. What a smart play by Eric. Lowers his shoulder, goes into the defender, tries to shoot pretty much a half-court shot, and they call the foul. That'll put Eric Materna at the line for 3 free throws, guys.
Wow, that was a very smart play. I mean, he just kind of dogged him into that one.
Wow, so Eric Materna at the free throw line. The first one's up, and he gets it to go. As today's game, Mark's Body Shop in Knox is proud to be part of the broadcast this evening. If you ever need collision repair, contact Mark at 574-772-7003. Eric Materna's second free throw was no good. And both teams are out here. We're waiting for halftime here, as this is the final free throw before halftime. Up, away, and off the front iron. He missed the second one. So at the end of the first half, whoa, man, 22-15. The North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays lead in this one, as we are going to take a break and come back for the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show. For Chris McGowan and Terry Minix, I'm Mitch Columbi. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and will work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Schell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
At First Farmers Bank and Trust, we've been serving family farms for over 130 years. We've seen our customers succeed in good times, pull through in tough times, and we've learned some lessons along the way. So we appreciate the customers we have today by finding the solutions they'll be looking for tomorrow. Are you ready to talk about your farm operation? Stop by a branch or visit us online at ffbt.com. First Farmers Bank and Trust, Equal Opportunity Lender. Member FDIC.
When you grow up on the land, you have an appreciation for it. When you grow up and work on a family farm, on land that is shared by members of a family, all working together as a team, that appreciation grows even more. They know what it's like to work as a team to get the job done. At Lawrence Farms of Knox, Todd and Josh Lawrence and family support the local high school teams and wish them success all through the season.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas. Average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Welcome to Marion University's newest location, Ancilla College of Marion University. Marion's newest campus location in Plymouth is your home for an on-campus college experience. From living in the dorms to being a collegiate student-athlete, Marion University is ranked 3rd most innovative Midwest university by U.S. News and World Report. For more information about our 2- or 4-year degrees, go to www.marion.edu/Ancilla. That's www.marion.edu/Ancilla.
Welcome to the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Halftime Show on K99.3 FM. Here's Mitch Columbi.
22-15 as the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays lead the Lewis Cass Kings in a regional championship game hosted here at North Judson-San Pierre High School. I am with sports analyst Terry Minix and Chris McGowan. Let's start with you, Terry, your overall opinion of that first half.
Well, obviously that second quarter was a great quarter for the Blue Jays. I mean, it was they outscored them 11-3. They made them turn the ball over 5 times in that quarter. They just did really everything that the Blue Jays have been doing all year long. They got it in motion in that second quarter.
Well, let's send it down courtside to Chris McGowan. Chris, your overall opinion of that first half.
Points are at a premium, that's for sure. 2 very good defensive teams. I tell you what, this second half is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be Lewis Cass ball to start the second half. And again, honestly, it kind of looked like Lewis Cass was shocked that North Judson actually played some zone in that second quarter. I don't think they were ready for that.
No, and to speak to that a little bit, what do you think you come out in the second half? Do you maybe do some of the similar things, or do you maybe switch it up to throw them off guard again?
Well, I guarantee you the talk was, how they're going to attack that 2-3 zone in North Judson. So maybe you come out, start back in man-to-man.
Terry, what do you think?
Well, I think one of the things that
in that first.
One of the things that obviously Lewis Cass, I think they're going to try to go inside a little bit more, whether it's through a high-low or something, use their 2 big guys. It didn't look like they took too much of an advantage. I mean, they had the advantage, the size advantage, but they would run one guy through and had the other guy on the outside, which to me you're not using that to your advantage. So, like I said, especially against that 2-3 zone, I would definitely run some kind of high-low, some kind of overload using your 2 bigs.
I think North Judson was actually doing a very good job of pushing Big Chambers off the block and making him catch it outside the paint.
Yeah, they did the first couple minutes, Lewis Cass was getting second and third opportunities. But after that, they really only got one if they didn't turn the basketball over. So Blue Jays just turned up the heat. And that all started with Cheyenne Allen. I mean, Cheyenne Allen was like the Energizer Bunny out there. He was all over the place. The other thing that the Blue Jays have been doing all year is sharing the basketball. They've got 5 people in the scoring column where Lewis Cass only has 3 different people that have scored and one just has one basket for them. So, they're doing what the Blue Jays have done all year long, and that's what I said. They've got to keep doing it. Don't change. It's the court's 84 by 50. Baskets are 10 foot. Don't change what you do. Just keep doing what the Blue Jays do.
Well, we are going to take a break as this is the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give third-generation owner Brian Hammond a call at 574-936-4660. We are serving the local area since 1936. Sorry about that, Brian. Hey, we are going to take a break and come back as this is the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show, and you are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
Collins Insurance Agency in Knox has done it again.
Simply the best.
They have earned the distinction of preferred agency partner from the Western Reserve Insurance Company.
Can't touch this.
So what does that mean for you? Collins Insurance Agency provides themselves of taking care of its community. That means providing the best insurance that keeps you and your family safe in a time of need. And with this honor, Collins Insurance Agency looks forward to providing Stark and surrounding counties the best customer service you and your family deserve. Collins Insurance Agency in Knox, living the golden rule by treating you like family.
Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, bringing you Indiana High School basketball on 99.3 FM, The Valley.
22-15 as second half boys regional championship basketball action from the Nest in North Judson is coming your way. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Wanting something more sporty? Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
Hey folks, Auto Park Fort LaPorte has got some news for you. We now have the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in LaPorte County. So if you're in the market, come and check us out because right now is the best time to trade in your current vehicle. Not interested in purchasing a vehicle? That's okay. We'll buy yours even if you don't buy ours. Not currently in the market, but your car needs serviced? Come check out our newly renovated service department and let them take care of all your service needs. And remember, we're not just an auto dealer, we're an auto park.
Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, bringing you Indiana High School basketball on 99.3 FM, The Valley.
You know who it is, Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be here. Well, we have a few more seconds, Coach. One thing I wanted to ask you, same thing I asked Chris, was if you're Lewis Cass coming in here not having the second quarter that you wanted, what do you want to try to do to stop the Blue Jays?
Well, the big thing is really, they got a couple guys with 2 fouls. There's really neither team has anybody with real bad foul problems. So they're going to pick up the intensity. I guarantee you that. They're going to probably pound the ball inside. The other thing is neither team has called a timeout. So we're going to see a lot of timeouts. We're going to see a lot of, I think, bodies flying all over the floor because there's 16 minutes of basketball to see who wants to win that regional championship.
Well, it's time for the second half as Lewis Cass will be in possession first. And we are underway for the third quarter. 22-15, the Blue Jays lead here. As this is L.J. Hillis getting it back to Hayden McClain. Tried to get it inside, almost stolen. McLean back out. Number 12, Trey Johnson. Into the corner. McLean with the ball. Pops a three in the corner, and he makes it count. Big time three from Hayden McLean. 22-18 now. This is Quinn Bales with the ball. Finds it over to Cheyenne Allen. Back up top to Ty Schumacher. Fakes left, now going right. Picks up his dribble. Back over to Quinn Bales. It's going to be stolen. Stolen by Tyson Good. He's going to pull it out, though. Back to Luke Chambers. Driving inside. Puts up the layup, and he gets an and one to go. Luke Chambers opening things up, and he liked that one for the Kings. That's a fast 5 points, fellas.
Yeah, that's a real good start for Lewis Cass. They did exactly what they wanted to do. They attack in the basket with the big guy.
Chambers free throw off the right iron. And Kelson Jordan's going to trace it down. And it goes out of bounds as it was a fight for the rebound. Number 21, L.J. Hillis was on it, but the Blue Jays will have the ball here. Last touch by King. This is Connor Benson bringing it forward. Hands off to Cheyenne Allen. Allen now hands off to Quinn Bales. Bales into Ty Schumacher. Far corner in front of the Blue Jay bench. Now he brings it back out. Dribbling between his legs. Fakes right. Back up top to Connor Benson. Over to Quinn Bales. Spins around. Now he's driving inside. Puts up a shot from 8 feet. No good. Rebounded Luke Chambers. Under 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 22-20. It's a 2-point ball game. Here comes inside. This is number 3, Tyson Good. And we've got a whistle on the floor here.
On Cheyenne Allen.
That'd be his third.
Wow. So Cheyenne Allen will have to check out here, and Eric Materna will check in. As this is an out-of-bounds play for the Kings. They get it into number 21, L.J. Hillis. Hillis fakes the pass, shoots it from 18 over a long stretched hand of Kelson Jordan. And then the rebound, Luke Chambers, his putback was blocked by Ty Schumacher, and Schumacher brings it forward up to Kelson Jordan, inside to Eric Materna, and the turnaround left-hand layup goes.
There's that fast break coach was talking about. The ball very rarely touched the floor there, and they got a layup.
So on the other end of the floor, this is number 3, Tyson Good. Back over. This is number 12, Trey Johnson. Now over to number 3, Tyson Good for another 3. Oh, man, Tyson Good brings the Kings within 1, 24-23. They didn't say it'd be easy. As this is Connor Benson now for the Blue Jays up top. Hands off to Eric Materna. Materna stolen. Here comes Hayden McLean on a fast break opportunity, and he gets the layup to go. The Kings take a 1-point lead right away. Boy, they clawed back in. Start that third quarter. We are under 6 minutes to go in the third, and they got to work right away. Here's Ty Schumacher fading away in the corner. No good from 15. Rebounded Kings. Here they come. This is number 3, Tyson Good. He's going to pop another 3. Oh, man. The senior showing up for the Kings, and head coach Kent Cheatham calls a timeout.
I'm not sure what Coach Johnson said at halftime, but he got him energized. But the thing is that Hayden McLean really got him going down there. I mean, he had 5 points, he had 2 rebounds, and had a steal that I saw. So, I mean, he kind of just was their Energizer bunny that quarter.
Man, I mean, we are barely 2.5 minutes in, and I mean, they were down by 2 possession. It was a two possession ball game, wasn't it, to start the third?
Well, they scored 3 points all the second quarter, and so far they've scored 13 in 2.5 minutes. So I mean, they're like grapes, man. They were getting them in bunches.
Well, there's a reason they're here today, and I think they just showed a glimpse of why they are in the regional championship game.
Well, and that's the thing, and I'm sure Coach Cheatham's saying, you know, hey, basketball's a game of runs. You just got to try to make theirs a short run as opposed to letting them, you know, go another 3 or 4 minutes to get another 13 points. So just get a couple stops. We'll do what, you know, our Blue Jays do, and then we'll be okay.
Let's go courtside to sports analyst Chris McGowan. What'd you hear, Chris?
And just talking to his team about just remaining calm. The 20 of basketball will be left, and on the offensive end, they got to be patient because Lewis Cass is jumping a lot of screens and a lot of ball screens.
So the Blue Jays have the ball out of the timeout. Connor Benson throws it right to Luke Chambers, and here comes Luke on a fast break, and he puts up the easy lay-in. 30-24, 6-point ball game. The Kings are in the lead, and here comes Connor Benson to bring it across half court. Benson now hands off to Ty Schumacher. Schumacher up top, back to Benson. Benson now cross court to Kelson Jordan. 3 on the way, and Luke Chambers fouled him.
Third foul on Luke Chambers.
So that's
going to get 3.
Yeah, that sends Kelson Jordan to the line for 3 free throws. Boy, that's a rare occurrence.
What I liked there by Kelson Jordan was he stayed with it. He didn't fall back and try to draw the foul. The first 2 times that happened, I think him falling back, the officials didn't call that. There he stayed with it, and you could definitely see the contact.
See the contact, as it was a high 5 foul. That's what I always call them. As Kelson Jordan's second free throw up, away, and good. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Culver's Portside Marina. Spring is here. Get your boat serviced and ready for the summer. Call them at 574-842-5000. We appreciate them and their support toward continuing the tradition. Kelson Jordan, third free throw up, away, and he makes them all count. 27-30, 3-point ball game, as that cuts into the lead that the Kings have made here in the third quarter. We just passed the 5-minute mark in the third, as here is at the top of the key Tyson Good, who has been shooting lights out in this quarter. Pops it from the left elbow, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Keaton Llewellyn, no good there. Rebounded then again by L.J. Hillis, and he gets his put back to go. So here's Connor Benson on the other end of the floor now. Almost lost it, picks up his dribble. Now he's trapped. He's lost it. Ball on the floor, and then there's a foul called on the floor.
That's going to be Tyson Good's third foul.
So the Kings getting a little scrappy here, as 2 of their main players are in foul trouble. We see Luke Chambers on the bench due to that.
I said they're going to pick up the intensity, but the 2 guys that they needed not get any fouls have both got themselves in a little bit of foul problems.
So it's up to the Blue Jays to take advantage of this here, as this is Eric Paterna kicking it back court to Quinn Bales to bring it across the timeline. 4:20 to go here in the third. 32-27. Lewis Cass in the lead. Bales with the ball, back up top. This is Ty Schumacher taking their time. Here's Ty, fakes right, goes left, pops from 14. That's his spot, guys. He loves that area. 32-29. Ty Schumacher brings them within. A little closer here, as bringing it across the timeline up to Tyson Good are the Kings here. Good, wow, cross court to the corner. Hayden McClellan, 3 on the way, no good, and rebounded Kelson Jordan, as the Kings wanted that one. And then a foul called on Hayden McClain again. So off-ball foul here.
Away from the ball.
Interesting.
That's his second.
And you see the official talking with Hayden, explaining why.
Knowing Clem like I do, I'm surprised Clem didn't pull the trigger there and tee him up, because after he threw the shoulder check, he had some words to say to the official.
Oh, wow. So a little leeway here for him. As back over, this is Kelson Jordan inside to Eric Paterna. Back out to Quinn Bales. Fakes the 3, drives inside, pops it from 14 in the corner. In and out, no good, and rebounded Keaton Llewellyn. Keaton gets it back to Hayden McClain. McClain gets it to number 12, who drives inside and gets the layup to go. That's Trey Johnson, the freshman. Wow. So now bringing it up court is Quinn Bales for the Blue Jays. Hands off to Ty Schumacher. Back to Quinn in the corner. 3! Splash! Looked like a drop of water. Quinn Bales brings them within 2, 34-32. Now another 3 on the end by Tyson Good, and Eric Materna is called for a foul.
I've really never seen this many on 3-point shots.
I haven't either.
Many. I mean, that's the 3rd or 4th in this game so far.
It's the 3rd, and that's rare. Believe it or not, Coach, I have a 4-point play.
Did you? Wow.
Tyson Good gets his first of 3 to go through, as today's game is brought to you in part by Todd and Josh Lawrence of Lawrence Farms. We thank Todd and Josh Lawrence for supporting local high school sports. Second free throw of 3 up, away, and good from Tyson Good. His coach is right, a very rare occurrence. We have seen three threes foul. You say it. So, and Tyson makes the third free throw go through, as that makes it 37-32, under 3 minutes to go here in the third. This is Quinn Bales bringing it across. He finds in the corner Ty Schumacher. Schumacher back to Quinn. Quinn driving inside, picks up his dribble, back to Ty. Ty, now he's up top. He's going to bring it back to the volleyball line and then find Eric Materna. Materna hands off to Quinn Bales, who then finds Kelson Jordan in the corner. Fakes a 3, drives inside, picks up his dribble now. Gets it to Eric Materna. Materna back to Kelson. Kelson, he's dribbling up top now. Inside to Eric Materna, back out to Aldrich Harper, who just checked in. Back over to Quinn Bales, 2:15 to go in the third, 37-32, the Kings lead. Jordan faked the 3 at the, wow, that was deep. Now he's got a 3, he's gonna pop it, top of the key, no good, and rebounded by Keaton Llewellyn for the Kings. 2 minutes to go here in the third. As this is Tyson Good driving inside.
Oh, you don't know if it's a jump or a foul. Jump ball.
And they are calling it a jump ball here.
And that's the right call.
So that makes it Blue Jay ball here, as Lewis Cass hasn't really been pressuring the Blue Jays throughout this game. They're getting set in their defense on the other end of the floor, man-to-man here, as this is Quinn Bales bringing it across the half-court line. Quinn spinning around, finds it over to Eric Materna. Materna down low, puts it on his man, no good. Rebounded inside by Hayden McLean, and the Kings have it. Pushing it forward up to number 12, Trey Johnson, who then gets it back to Tyson Good, who is having a great game right now. Tyson Good, top of the key. Eric Materna on him. Under 1:30 in the third to go. The Blue Jays trail by 5. This is number 12, Trey Johnson, driving inside, kicks it to the corner. Keaton Llewellyn back up top to Tyson Good. Good driving inside, jump step, puts a layup up, and he gets it to go. My goodness. Wow. As here comes Quinn Bales now, coming up on 1 minute to go in the third. This is Ty Schumacher, back up top to Eric Materna. Eric driving inside, puts up the left-hand layup, and Eric Materna making things happen. That's exactly what they need. And then a timeout from head coach Johnson and Lewis Cass. They want to talk things over, as Zingo Express of Knox is a proud sponsor of today's action. Stop by Zingo Express in Knox and fuel up both you and your vehicle the Zingo Express way. Today's broadcast is also brought to you in part by Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call Joe Nepp at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. What do you think Coach Johnson's talking about with his Kings?
Well, the big thing is, they, with Luke Chambers out of the game, they've done a little more run and jump because they're a lot quicker. The weird thing is that you don't see a lot of teams that run and jump on the center of the floor. They go to the center of the floor. When you do that, the Blue Jays have to flash somebody. You can't stand back because they always have somebody in the passing lane on the backside. So if they jump the middle of the floor, make sure you're flashing to the ball, come to the ball, so he has a release point.
Let's sit at courtside to Chris McGowan. You catch anything, Chris?
Oh, yeah, I'd like to see North Judson actually do a little bit more backdooring on the offensive end. With Lewis Cass overplaying as hard as they are.
Well, full court pressure from the Blue Jays. They trapped in the corner, but the Kings beat it. Now driving inside, putting up a layup is number 12, Trey Johnson. He misses it, but the putback is good as the Kings score yet again, making it 41-34 here, as this was a huge quarter for them. This is Quinn Bales with 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. They want to end on a high note here for the Blue Jays. Ty Schumacher finds it over to Aldrich Harper, who then gets it to Quinn Bales, back up top to Eric Materna. Eric now holding, waiting for the call from head coach Kent Cheatham. 13 seconds to go. Finds it over to Aldrich Harper, who then gets it to Quinn Bales. Bales spins around, back to Kelson Jordan. 3 in the corner. Yes! Splash! Big time 3 for Kelson Jordan. And here's the last shot. Number 12, Trey Johnson, deep 3. No good, as that's the end of the third. I didn't even hear the buzzer. It's so loud in here. 41-37.
Kelson hit that last shot, and I think they got a little bit of Kelson on that too. I think he should have been shooting, getting that 4-point play he was talking about.
Yeah, it was right in front of Chris. What'd you see there, Chris?
That was a good no call. I think Kelson tried selling that one, obviously, but yeah, good no call there. Happened right in front of me. But again, a big time 3 there by Kelson Jordan. Maybe that'll get him going here this fourth quarter.
Oh man, and we've been talking about Kelson. You know, he's that piece. If we can get him going, it's just lights out for the Blue Jays. It's just been some struggles here for him the last couple of weeks. He's still being able to provide great minutes, Coach, but it's just those threes like that we are used to seeing from Kelson Jordan.
And I think he's going to have to do that because obviously Luke Chambers is going to be back in the game here with his 3 fouls. He'll be back in, and so he's going to have to pull him away from the basket.
So we'll see what happens here is, Luke Chambers, who had 3 fouls. He's their leading scorer and rebounder. Shoots just over 60% from the floor, and he has had to work every bit. He has had to work so hard for his points tonight, Coach.
Yeah, I tell you, the Blue Jays, they're doing what the Blue Jays have done. You know, the thing is they're down 4 right now, but, you know, just stay with your game plan. Keep doing what you're doing. Get the pressure up. Main thing is take care of the basketball. Like Chris said, maybe some backdoor cuts, and you'll alleviate some of them jumping in the passing lane.
Yep. Fresh 8 minutes on the clock. This is the final quarter for a regional championship, and the Lewis Cass Kings have possession. They get it into Luke Chambers, who's triple teamed. Now he's got 4 Blue Jays on him, and he's going to throw it away. He tried to find Keaton Llewellyn, and it just goes out of the hands of Keaton and out of bounds. The Blue Jays will take over. Man, this has just been a game of runs.
Yeah, that was their first turnover in the second half. That third quarter was a great third quarter for the Lewis Cass Kings.
So Quinn Bales now with the ball at the volleyball line. 7.5 minutes to go. This is Cheyenne Allen getting it inside to Kelson Jordan. Fakes the shot, puts it from the post on Luke Chambers. Didn't see that coming. Kelson Jordan with a nice up and under, and he makes it count.
Well, I like that they're going inside, try to get that 4th foul on him.
I agree. And then driving in was Tyson Good, and he gets a foul on a Blue Jay. We'll see who it's on. Ty Schumacher.
His first.
His first of the night. As he does a good job defensively and not getting into foul trouble. As here's an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket for the Kings. They dump it into Keaton Llewellyn. Oh, it's almost stolen by Cheyenne Allen, but Llewellyn picks it back up and hands off to Hayden McLean. McLean, top of the key. Cheyenne Allen on him. 7 minutes to go in the ball game. 41-39. The Blue Jays trail here. This is Luke Chambers up top, hands off to McLean. He's going to pop a 3, and he's going to get it. Wow. Luke Chambers kind of moved there. As here is Eric Maternick, created space for McLean to get that wide open shot. The defender couldn't get around Chambers, such a big body. As here's Ty Schumacher now driving right, finds Eric Materna. Oh man, they lost it. Stolen by Hayden McLean. It just was overthrown.
There was that backdoor cut. That was a good cut. Just didn't catch the pass.
Hayden McLean now gets it over to Luke Chambers. 44-35. Chambers with the ball. Picks up his dribble. Back up top. This is number 21, L.J. Hillis. Over to number 2, Hayden McLean. McLean back to Tyson Good. Inside to Chambers. Almost lost it. The ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by him.
No, he's calling a foul.
Oh, he is calling a foul. So that's on Eric Materna.
That's his 3rd.
Wow. So a sideline out of bounds play for the Kings here of Lewis Cass. Here comes the play right in front of their own cheer block. They kick it up top to Tyson Good. Tyson, the senior, at 6'6". He is tall and he can shoot. Gets it to Luke Chambers. Chambers at 6'6" as well. Big-bodied man. Back up top. This is Tyson Good. He's driving left now. Taking his time. Hands off. This is number 23, Wyatt Lewis. Or 21, excuse me, L.J. Hillis. Now back up to number 3, Tyson Good. Here comes Good, driving inside, puts up a shot! inside the left elbow, and Good gets it to go, 46-39, and right away up to Ty Schumacher, into Kelson Jordan. Here comes the post move, fading away, spin around, no good, and
nice
the rebound
tap.
falls into the hands of Eric Materna, who tapped it to Cheyenne Allen, and Cheyenne missed the putback. Rebounded Luke Chambers, and he gets it to Hayden McLean, and McLean back to Chambers to bring it across the timeline. Now he's trapped. Back over to Hayden McLean. McLean over to Tyson Good. Spins around, hit in the face.
Wow.
Here comes Cheyenne Allen off the steal. Puts up the layup, and he gets the and one to go. Cheyenne Allen. Boy, he liked that one. Wow. And I think Lewis Cass wanted a foul as Tyson Good got hit in the face. You see Kyle Johnson with his hands in the air. He's not sure what's going on. As we're going to see Keaton Llewellyn check out, and number 12, Trey Johnson, check back in. What'd you see, Coach?
Well, he definitely got hit, but it's one of them. It was a college. We'd see the TV. They'd be going over and taking a look at it because it was up in the face area, but it's a no call. Play on.
Yeah. 3-point opportunity from Cheyenne Allen is no good. That keeps it at 46-41. The Blue Jays down by 5. Luke Chambers now to bring it across the timeline. Quinn Bales on him. Now here comes Eric Materna. And then Eric Materna is going to be called for a foul.
That's going to be his 4th.
Wow.
You know, I said earlier that neither team really was in any foul problems, but it's starting to
creep in.
Yes.
As Eric Materna is going to have to check out, and Aldrich Harper will check in for the Blue Jays here. The sideline out of bounds play for the Kings, and Tyson Good to get it in to number 21, L.J. Hillis. Back up top to Luke Chambers. Luke Chambers over to Hayden McLean. McLean with Aldrich Harper on him. Back up to Tyson Good. Good now hands off to number 12, Trey Johnson. Johnson now gets it over to number 21, L.J. Hillis. Hillis now dumps off to Tyson Good. Back to Hillis in the corner. 3 on the way.
Wow.
And he gets it to go. Wow, 49-41. Under 5 minutes to go here in the 4th, as this is Quinn Bales bringing it up. Hands off to Ty Schumacher. Schumacher over to Cheyenne Allen. Allen. Oh, man, he threw it away. He thought Quinn Bales was going to be there on the wing, and Quinn drove baseline, and they threw it away. Turnover for the Blue Jays here. Full court pressure. They get it in. This is number 21, L.J. Hillis, getting it up to Hayden McLean. McLean now with the ball, brings it back out. Here comes the double. McLean. Oh, and he's going to throw it away. Pressure getting to him here. And you see head coach Kyle Johnson. Calm down, calm down. So Aldrich Harper's going to get it into Quinn Bales here to bring it forward. And the Blue Jays are going to call a timeout here as head coach Kent Cheatham wants to talk, and I think he wanted him to dribble over to coach there and call the timeout for the inbounds pass there on the sidelines. Interesting. So now they'll have to pass it in from this side. I think Kent Cheatham wanted him to pass it in from that side, probably to draw up a play here. We'll see what they do. As Collins Insurance is part of the broadcast today, taking care of all your insurance needs. Jim Collins told me to tell you, call him anytime at 574-772-6844. That's Collins Insurance, supporting local high school sports. Chris.
I lost you there for a second. I couldn't hear what you were saying, but yeah, Coach Cheatham wanted them to bring the ball across half court and call a timeout right in front of the bench. He wasn't very happy there, but again, got real calm there when the kids got to the huddle, and again, just plenty of time. We just got to lock down defensively.
So we'll see what play they draw up here as Quinn Bales is taking it out for the Blue Jays. 49-41. The Blue Jays have 4 minutes and 10 seconds here. They get it in to Kelson Jordan. Back up top to Aldrich Harper. Harper over to Ty Schumacher. Coming up on 4 minutes to go here. This is Ty in the post. Turns around, shot, no good. Rebounded Kings. And here is Tyson Good bringing it forward for Lewis Cass. And he's taking time off the clock. No problem there. He has no problem doing that. Gets it over to L.J. Hillis now. Hillis with Cheyenne Allen on him. Gets it over to number 12, Trey Johnson. Here comes the double into the corner. Tyson Good now dump off inside to L.J. Hillis. Puts up the shot, no good. Gets his own rebound, and he gets the put back to go. 51-41. It's a 10-point ball game here as the Blue Jays trail. It's Quinn Bales bringing it forward, handing off to Ty Schumacher. Schumacher into Kelson Jordan. Jordan dump off to Cheyenne Allen. Fakes the shot, puts it up, and he gets the and one to go. Thank you very much, he says. Cheyenne Allen going to the line for an old traditional three-point play.
It's going to be on Luke. That's his fourth.
So Cheyenne Allen will get a three-point opportunity here. He needs it. Free throw up, away, and off the back iron. Rebounded by Luke Chambers. Keeps it at 51-43 here.
I'll tell you one thing that you got to take a mental memory here on. The person you want to foul is Luke Chambers. He's 0 for 3 tonight.
So something to keep an eye on here as this is Hayden McLean now. Pressure from Ty Schumacher. Gets it to Tyson Good. Good driving inside. He lost the ball. It falls into the hands of number 12, Trey Johnson, who gets it to the corner. Now back up to Johnson. Johnson then to Tyson Good. Good back to Trey Johnson. And then he gets it over to Hayden McLean. McLean back over to Good. Playing a little keep away here, trying to let that clock tick as here's Good driving inside, dumps off to Luke Chambers, back out up top. This is Hayden McLean, back over to Good, gets it back to McLean, then back over to Trey Johnson, then to Luke Chambers. Chambers in the corner, finds it inside to Tyson Good, and then a foul called on Aldrich Harper.
That's his second. Be the 7th, so it'll be 1-1.
And if you're North Judson, that's the guy you don't want to foul.
Yeah, Tyson Good at the line.
That's a good substitution by Coach Johnson right there. Moving Luke out.
So they got Luke Chambers out. It looks like they brought Keaton Llewellyn in as the first of a one-on-one opportunity for Tyson Good goes through. We thank the Stark County Co-op, your local agricultural cooperative that offers an array of service and support, including grain, agronomy, seed, fuel, and LP Petroleum. Call 574-867-2411 to contact the Stark County Co-op. Tyson Good's second free throw is good, as it's 53-43, 10-point ball game. Now they get it inside for the Blue Jays to Kelson Jordan. Turnaround shot from the post. No good. Rebounded Cheyenne Allen, though. And then a loose ball foul. They push Cheyenne in the back. It's going to be an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket for the Blue Jays.
Fouls on Hayden McLean.
So Ty Schumacher will take it out here. We'll see what the Blue Jays draw up here. 2:15 to go in the ball game. This is for a regional championship. They get it out to Kelson, back out to Ty. 3 on the way in the corner. You better believe it. And then timeout from head coach Kent Cheatham right away. That stops the clock at 2:12, 53-46. Lewis Cass leads as today's broadcast is brought to you in part by 5 Star. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and remind you to shop local. That's 5 Star in the Knox Small. Well, Coach, perfectly drawn play. Ty Schumacher delivers. Kent Cheatham calls the timeout. What are you talking about?
Well, one thing, they're going to see who they want to foul. And obviously, like Chris said, Tyson Good, you don't want to foul. He's 5 for 5 today. I think once Luke Chambers gets the ball, if you don't get the steal, that's the guy you want to foul.
Yeah, I agree. Chris, what are you getting vibes from down on the bench?
Well, Coach Cheatham took a couple of players that had 4 fouls out of the game. Luke Chambers is back in the game here for Lewis Cass. So, again, yeah, he catches the ball. You want to send him to the line, that's for sure.
So full court pressure from the Blue Jays here, as that's Chris McGowan, our sports analyst, courtside, getting all the inside information. We appreciate him being here, as this is L.J. Hillis for the Kings getting doubled. He gets it forward to number 12, Trey Johnson, and then a foul called on Aldrich Harper. Again, another one-on-one opportunity, sending him to the line. It will be Trey Johnson this time. Yes, Trey Johnson. Trey Johnson at the line to shoot the one-on-one opportunity, and we see Kelson Jordan, Ty Schumacher come back in. As here's the first of a one-on-one opportunity, good from Trey Johnson. That makes it 54-46. The Blue Jays trail coming up on 2 minutes to go here in the ball game. Second free throw, no good, and rebounded by Cheyenne Allen. Here comes Cheyenne, bringing it forward. Finds Kelson Jordan, cross court, back up top, stolen by number 21, L.J. Hillis. And then a foul called on Ty Schumacher. A little frustration here from the Blue Jays.
Still in 1-1.
Well, this second half just hasn't gone the Blue Jays' way like they'd like it to. Boy, they finished that second quarter on fire. And then Lewis Cass came out in full force here in the third quarter, and they have just really turned it on, as that was the first free throw from L.J. Hillis going through, the junior, standing at 6'4". This Lewis Cass Kings team is very tall, as L.J. Hillis gets his second free throw to go through. And the Blue Jays are going to roll it in here, and Quinn Bales will pick it up under 2 minutes to go here. 10-point ball game, and he almost lost it, but he brings it back across. Here's Quinn, back to Kelson Jordan, top of the key, three on the way. No good, fight for the rebound. Cheyenne Allen gets it, though. Now he puts his layup up, and he gets it to go. Cheyenne Allen, there is no quit in him, man. No quit at all, as the Kings get it into Tyson Good to bring it forward. He throws it all the way up to Trey Johnson, who then gets it back to number 21, L.J. Hillis. He's double-teamed. Back up to Tyson Good. Good. Now he's doubled, and then a reach-in foul called on Cheyenne Allen.
It's going to be his fourth.
And we're going to see Eric Materna here check in. We'll see who he checks in for as this puts Tyson Good at the line. And Chris McGowan said it best earlier. We do not want to put him on the line as he makes the first of two. Eric Materna checks in, and Aldrich Harper will check out. Boy, guys on the floor with 4 fouls. You talk about situational basketball. You've really got to pay attention to every detail here late in the game, as Good makes the second free throw. Back up to a 10-point ball game, 58-48, a minute 20 to go here. Quinn Bales, top of the key, three on the way. No good, rebounded Luke Chambers. And now he gets it to number 21, L.J. Hillis, who then gets it back to Luke Chambers and then finds it in the corner to Tyson Good. Back up top, and then Cheyenne Allen is going to come up with his fifth there. That stopped the clock at 1:05. Man. So that's Cheyenne Allen's fifth, the senior, as he will have to check out of this ball game. It looks like Aldrich Harper will check in for him. And you see Blue Jay Nation standing up and applauding Cheyenne Allen, as they have so many times, of course, during football season, helped lead his team to semi-state. And then here in basketball to regional, gave everything he had today. Still a minute to go, though. The Blue Jays could make something happen, as the first free throw from L.J. Hillis is no good. The Blue Jays are going to have to move fast here with a minute 5 to go. Hillis, second free throw up, away. Off back iron, no good. Rebound to Kelson Jordan. Kelson gets it to Quinn Bales. Here comes Quinn up to Aldrich Harper. Harper now picks his dribble up.
Gonna get a shot.
Finds Quinn Bales, and he overthrew it up to Tyson Good, and Tyson is going to slam. Oh, he's going to lay it in very easily. And head coach Kyle Johnson turns around to the King faithful, and he's pumping his fist. He's very happy for his Kings, as the Blue Jays are going to turn it over again. Tyson Good up to Hayden McLean. McLean puts up the layup, and he gets it to go. 62-48. The Kings are pulling away here. 30 seconds to go in the ball game, as this is Aldrich Harper. Finds it over to Ty Schumacher. Schumacher now back over to Quinn Bales. Pops a three. Yes! Splash. Looked like a drop of water from Quinn Bales, as that's a big-time shot from him. He's had a couple of them, as now there's a timeout on the floor, I believe, from head coach Kent Cheatham, as that is stops the clock at 21.2 seconds to go. 62-51. Lewis Cass leads. As coach,
I tell you, this second half, they just turned up the heat so much on the defensive side. You know, I said earlier, I thought the Blue Jays had the advantage with the speed, but it sure seemed like the Lewis Cass Kings just, I don't know what they did at halftime, but they did something that made them much quicker.
Let's send it down to Chris McGowan on the sideline. Chris.
Basically come down to Lewis Cass, just knocked down shots. They hit big three-pointer after big three-pointer in that second half. And I'll tell you what, Coach Cheatham here.
But the thing is, the Blue Jays
going to go ahead and sub out the seniors.
Yep. He subbed his seniors out. We see Sam Hollum, Josiah McDaniel, Cole Wilcox. We also see number 23, Lucas Burkett, and number 10. Yep, they're just going to dribble this one out. As that will be the end of the road for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, their fourth loss all year long. They had 13 in a row before today's loss, as the final score is 62-51. As that is our last area team still in contention, coming to a close here. A tough loss. Man, we're going to have to take a break and collect our thoughts here, as it's tough for us even to swallow here, as we'll be back for the Collins Insurance post-game show. For Chris McGowan down on the sidelines, our sports analyst Terry Minix, I'm Mitch Columbi. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Howard's Marathon in Winamac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winamac. Call 574-946-6894.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
Welcome to the Collins Insurance Agency's post-game show. Let's get back to Mitch Columbi and Coach Terry Minix.
62-51's the final, as Lewis Cass beats North Judson-San Pierre on their own floor here in the nest of North Judson-San Pierre. A tough loss for the Blue Jays, as we'll check in here with Terry Minix. It just didn't go the Blue Jays' way here in the second half. They had a valiant second quarter, but like you said, head coach Kyle Johnson of the Kings must have said something in that halftime break.
Well, it's about runs, and the second quarter, the Blue Jays had the long run and held them to 3 points, while the Blue Jays had gotten 11 in that second quarter. But that third quarter was all Lewis Cass. I mean, they just turned up the heat. They knocked down shots. The Blue Jays only had 4 turnovers in the first half, and they ended up with 13 turnovers. So they had 9 turnovers in that second half.
Well, Lewis Cass stormed the floor as they're on their end of the floor celebrating their regional championship win. Let's check in with Chris McGowan, who is courtside. Chris, it just didn't go the Blue Jays' way today.
I'll tell you what, you got to give Lewis Cass all the credit to come into a hostile environment and execute their game plan to perfection. And they didn't really, when North Judson made that run in the second quarter, they never really got rattled. I mean, they looked a little discombobulated against that 2-3 zone a little bit there in that second quarter, but they calmed down and they made the adjustments they needed to make. And the biggest adjustment was just hitting big-time shots when they needed to.
Well, this was our 40th basketball broadcast of the season, and that's where we will end, as all of our area teams are out of contention now. We were following the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. We thought there was a good possibility we'd be following them next week to semi-state, but that just didn't happen today. An unfortunate loss. But hey, Coach, I'm sure you'll be the first to say the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays have nothing to be upset about. I know it just didn't end the way they wanted to, but I mean, my goodness, were they fun to watch all year long.
Yeah, I mean, they shared the ball. That was one thing that really struck me as just the fun part about watching them. There wasn't one guy out there that was wanting to be the me. It was a team effort, and they played. Their defense was incredible all year long, and they just, today they ran into a buzzsaw in that third period. That's all it was. That third quarter was just kind of the downfall for them that whole game.
Well, we're going to take a break and come back for the Stark County Co-op play of the game. This is the Collins Insurance postgame show, and you are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Collins Insurance Agency in Knox has done it again. They have earned the distinction of preferred agency partner from the Western Reserve Insurance Company.
Can't touch this.
So what does that mean for you? Collins Insurance Agency provides themselves of taking care of its community. That means providing the best insurance that keeps you and your family safe in a time of need. And with this honor, Collins Insurance Agency looks forward to providing Stark and surrounding counties the best customer service you and your family deserve. Collins Insurance Agency in Knox, living the golden rule by treating you like family.
Farm Fertilizers and Seeds is proud to be our area's newest sales representatives for Pioneer Hybrid Seed. This is Andy Awald. Pioneer offers top-of-the-line genetics, a complete portfolio including alfalfa and wheat seed, and cutting-edge seed traits and technologies. Combined with exceptional financing options, Pioneer provides the total package, one that we are proud to be able to offer our customers. If you are currently working with a Pioneer sales representative, you have made a good choice. If you aren't, let Farm Fertilizers and Seeds show you how Pioneer can work on your farm. Call us today at 867-2441 to answer any of your questions.
It's time for the Stark County Co-op play of the game. Now, let's return to the voices of WKVI, Sports Director Mitch Columbi and Coach Terry Minix.
Well, time for our Stark County Co-op play of the game. Well, Terry, what are you thinking?
Well, I tell you, the one that I thought really was the Hillis. L.J. Hillis hit his third three there in the fourth quarter, made it 48-39, and kind of was the dagger right there. Yeah. You could see things was kind of getting away from him. But we talk about, Chris said they were talking about hitting all these threes, but Lewis Cass had 8 threes. And the Blue Jays had 7 threes of their own. So, everybody shot the ball well. I thought everybody played well. For the most part, it was just about runs. And that there was the one, when Hillis hit that three, with 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the fourth period was the play of the game.
Yeah, Chris, you saw that shot. It was a definite dagger. Your overall opinion of that shot there?
Yeah, I did. Again, Coach Minix hit the nail squarely on the head. That third quarter for North Judson was the exact opposite of the second quarter. I mean, Lewis Cass comes out in the second quarter, scores 3 points. In the third quarter, they score 26. So, again, very efficient on the offensive end for Lewis Cass. And that big-time three was the exclamation point there for them.
Well, that is our Stark County Co-op play of the game as we are going to get ready for our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. This is the Collins Insurance postgame show, and you are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Brems. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
Time to announce the Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. Mitch.
Well, before we get to our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game, we see head coach Kent Cheatham making his way up after this tough loss. It's always tough to come up here, but we appreciate him doing so as here is head coach Kent Cheatham. Boy, that second quarter, I thought after that second quarter, Coach, it was just going to be your night. And the Kings came out in the third quarter, and it just seemed like they just had the better game plan there in the second half. Talk us through what you were thinking.
Yeah, it always looks good when you're making shots. And that's what they did. And, I give them credit. They had some role players step up today. The number 3, good. He stepped up and got him going. But then, every time I thought we were just getting closer, then one of the role players steps up and hits a shot. I thought we did a pretty good job on the Chambers kid inside. I mean, he got his, and he's going to. And, good. He's a 1,200-point scorer, and he's a tough guard. But, I think the role players for them, I think, and their size kind of wore us down in the second half. Got second shots. We gave up 3 offensive rebounds in the first quarter, and they scored on all of them. We didn't give up any of those in the second quarter. Did we shut them out in the second quarter? Till the end.
Yeah, they got 3.
Yeah,
hit that 3 at the buzzer. So that was a great effort on our part. But, they came out a little more aggressive. We were a little bit on our heels, and, it just wasn't our half in the second half.
And that's kind of what it was, is I think in that third quarter, they were running and jumping and trapping you in the middle of the floor, and it seemed like, I don't know if they were, your guys were surprised, but they stood a little bit.
No, it was really more the fact that, some of our dribble handoffs, they took away. We didn't take the pressure release, the back door on some of that.
Yep.
And that's just something that we should have done and we didn't. But that's the way it goes.
Well, I thought Cheyenne Allen came out and gave you so much energy to begin with.
And that was huge. He was awesome. Best athlete on the floor. And he was a real difference maker in that first half. And, first quarter in the beginning when things weren't going well, it was Cheyenne that really got us going. He made plays. And then he picks up that third foul in the third quarter and had to sit. And that's where it kind of got away from us. So, we missed his presence.
I thought you did a real nice job of pulling Chambers away from the basket.
Yeah.
With Kelson, and you were getting good looks and good opportunities in the first half. Second half, obviously Chambers was sitting down a little bit, and that's when they went a little smaller. And
yeah, they were a little smaller, but they're a little more mobile. You bring a 6'6" kid off the bench like they do, right. The Llewellyn kid, who's way more mobile. I mean, he's mobile like Kelson.
Yep.
And that helped their defense, and having a 6'6" guy in the perimeter is something with Good that causes problems because he's so long and he anticipates well. We didn't take the basket cut. We didn't take the back door like we should have. But, I give our kids credit. I thought our game plan was good. I thought they played to it. We got kind of knocked off of it in the second half a little bit just because we got outplayed. That's just part of basketball. Sometimes their team plays a little bit better than you do.
One thing I told Coach was, we experienced so many great moments this season from the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. I know it didn't end the way that I know the seniors had hoped it would end today, but there were so many things that happened this season. I mean, we kept talking to you each week on the Saturday Sports Line, win after win after win. I mean, there's some positive throughout this season that I'm sure you guys learned and will use moving forward.
Well, there's 96 teams, I think, in Class 2A, and 95 of them are going to be ticked off when it's all over.
Yeah.
And that's just part of sports. That's the way it should be. And I told the guys after the game, it stings and it hurts, and you can tell by the looks on their faces, and that all that means is that you were invested. Mm-hmm. You were committed, and they were. I can't fault their effort. They gave everything they had, and what can you do besides your best? You really can't do much more than that. So these seniors, we think we look back to it. We won 3 championships. We won the HNAC outright by 2 games.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
First time in school history that we've won it outright.
Undefeated in conference play.
Go back-to-back sectional championships. There's a lot of positive things, a lot of positive memories. I always remember the relationships I built with these seniors. Man, they're a fun group. I've been doing this. I think this is my 28th or 29th varsity team, and I can't remember having any more fun than this year. I've had some good ones. I've had a lot of fun, but these guys are right at or near the top. So a bunch of great kids. Their parents have been real supportive. They have made things easy on Coach Cheesem. You asked me the other day about coaching here, and I'm really thankful that I get a coach here.
Yeah.
I like the people I work with. I love the kids I get to work with, and those kids, they make you or break you. And when they come from good homes and they know a lot, they know how to act, and they've got good character. When you get them, it's a lot easier to coach. And the parents have made my job a lot easier.
Well, Coach, I know it's tough to come up and talk to us after a game like that, but great season overall, and it was an honor to broadcast your game. So.
Yeah, hey, it was fun, and appreciate you guys. I love talking to you guys after the game. Maybe not in this context today.
It's the first time you've had to do it like
this.
I
mean, it's you get Coach here, and I get some really good questions. Not that you don't. You always get me some too. But man, you are so prepared on Saturday mornings and so professional. And I think we're really lucky to have you guys in our area covering high school sports. I know it means a lot to our community and the rest of the communities around here too. So appreciate all you guys do. Thanks.
Well,
Thank
Coach,
you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Congratulations on a great year.
Great year.
That's head coach Kent Cheesem of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. A valiant effort, a fantastic season overall. And, of course, we appreciate the kind words, but it's all about them. He said it best. I asked him the other day, I said, how would you grade yourself, Coach? And he said, I'm only good as my players. So I'll say that. We're only good as our teams. So in our area teams, they definitely play so well, as it's time now for our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game, given in memory of Ashley Derrickson, a 2008 graduate of North Judson-San Pierre High School who battled cancer throughout her high school career before losing that battle on December 12th of 2008. We'll tell you who's earned that honor after this word from 5-Star.
5-Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5-Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5-Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
Well, I just realized something, Terry. This is going to be our last Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game in basketball season. Can you believe that already?
For this year.
For this year. Yeah, let's hope we get renewed for next year. Well, what do you think?
Well, I tell you, I'm going to kind of go off script a little bit here, but I've got, Cheyenne Allen, like I said to Coach, the guy's incredible. He just was everywhere. I called him the Energizer Bunny or whatever, but he did everything. And so I got Cheyenne Allen, and I got Ty Schumacher, and I've got Kelson Jordan. The 3 of them did everything in their power to get the Blue Jays to win. It wasn't for a lack of effort, and for that reason, them 3 are going to be the Ashley Derrickson players of the game.
Chris, your opinion?
I agree. Those 3 definitely could tell when Cheyenne definitely stepped off the floor in that third quarter. Lewis Cass actually extended that lead. So just his presence, and like you said, he's the Energizer Bunny. And I think his teammates fed off of that, not having him on the floor in that third quarter proved to be fatal.
Well, having you down on the floor has been amazing. I know we normally have you on the sidelines during football season, and after you're done coaching in girls basketball about a month ago, I appreciate you hopping on here the last few games. It's just made the sectional run and then this regional game that much more exciting for us and our listeners. I appreciate you being here.
I appreciate you allowing me to have the opportunity.
Well, we pay you.
Wait, I'm getting paid for this?
Yeah, you turn your hours in. You know what you're doing.
That's right. I'll take it.
well, and you know, I don't want to talk too long here, guys, but I do want to, you know, bring our basketball season to a close a little bit here. You know, with the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays being our only team left, there were, you know, we had several of our other area schools who just had a fantastic year. But Coach, your overall opinion now of the whole thing?
Well, the first thing I want to say is, with Coach Cheeson come up here, you know, first of all, that's class.
That's hard to do.
I mean, that is hard to do. Believe me, I've had to do it. There's times, and I'll be honest, that I did not want to, and there was probably times I did not show up here. But for him to come up here, but I think the big thing was he wanted to show or tell everybody how much these seniors meant to him, and how, you know, how they bought into what he was selling and everything. But I got to say that was very classy by Coach, and I tell you, North Judson, you couldn't ask for a better coach. He's got things rolling, and like I say, there isn't anybody out there more classier than him.
Well, it's been a pleasure to broadcast alongside you. I'm glad we were able to get you for the majority of the season, and I think a lot of our listeners think the same way.
Well, I appreciate that. I tell you, it's a lot of fun. I get to kind of I don't want to say second guess, but, you know, talk about things that I would do or I have done, and that type of thing. Sometimes they worked, sometimes they didn't, you know, but I really enjoyed it, enjoyed with you. I've heard, you know, a lot of great things about you, and it was great, you know, having Chris down there. It kind of made us feel a little bit more, you know, ESPN.
We're polished.
Yeah, we're
a little more polished.
I like that.
Chris, you were with me at our last football game of the year where we brought things to a close. Tell us your thoughts for all of our area teams, for that fact, that comes to mind for our basketball season for this area.
Yeah, think about it, 40 games? Is that what you said you guys did this year? And I happened to be a part of the final three. Again, just you just look at all the area schools, all the area athletes, and what they're able to accomplish. You know, some probably didn't finish the year the way they wanted to, obviously. You know, North Judson, I think, coming into today, they probably thought that they were going to be playing next week. But again, nothing's handed to you. You got to go out and got to earn it. But you know, what we've been able to do, WKVI, for the communities, for the communities that we broadcast, I think just speaks volumes. And, you know, I hope people that are listening right now do cherish what it is that we bring to the table, because there aren't very many radio stations that do what we do.
Boy, I couldn't have said it better myself, Chris. I appreciate that. As you know, for West Central, Culver, Knox, North Judson, San Pierre, we also have Oregon Davis, Tri-Township, South Central, and Culver. Those are our 8 area schools, and both boys and girls basketball programs from all of those 8 schools provided us with so much excitement all year long. Boy, I tell you what, my demo reel is looking good, Coach.
Yeah, I tell you what,
got a lot of highlights.
And really, the future looks bright for a lot of them schools, both in boys and girls, for the upcoming season. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully, everybody was okay with the stuff we did.
Yeah.
Me picking on you a few times.
I loved it.
But it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I really did. It gives me a chance to, talk basketball, and I love watching basketball, especially tournament basketball. To me is the greatest. So I can't wait for March Madness. It ought to be a holiday next Thursday and Friday. So, I get my fix there. I wish we could go on, but, we'll have the NCAA.
While I'm thinking about it, I was interviewing, and Chris, you'll like this story too, in the hallway when I was getting my pregame interview with head coach of Lewis Cass, Kyle Johnson. I saw Larry Sennert in the house, so I just wanted to say hello to Larry Sennert today. I know he was in attendance to see the game, but I just saw him quick passing, just waved to him. So, to everyone in the area, we appreciate you joining us as we remind you to join us each weekend for the Saturday Sports Line, the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very own Harold Welter. We always have several of our area head coaches on hand as we go live at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central on 99.3 FM and streaming throughout the world at WKVI.com. We had several of our area boys basketball coaches come in to wrap things up. We'll have the remaining coaches come in next week to wrap our basketball season up, as we also remind you of the Saturday Sportsline replay every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. We also invite you to follow us on social media, on Facebook at Sports to the Max, on Instagram at WKVI Sports, and on Twitter at KVB Sports for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. Final word from you, Terry.
Well, I want to say congratulations to the Blue Jays. They got nothing to hang their heads on. And I really want to say to them 5 seniors, you guys left a legacy here that will, be hard to match. So, it's going to hurt for today, but you're going to look back and, you're going to be a part of this community. They're going to be talking about you for years to come.
Yeah. Chris, I agree.
Yeah, I totally agree. There's nothing more that can be said other than, the sun will come up tomorrow, and you live and you learn. And, you're a little disappointed, but, boy, you got a lot of good memories to reminisce on, especially, 10-year class reunion, 20-year class reunion. Got a bunch of stories you're going to be able to share, that's for sure.
Well, from all of us here at KVB, we thank you for listening to Indiana High School Sports. For our sports analysts, Terry Minix and Chris McGowan, I always appreciate you guys. Our in-game announcer, John Thompson, always doing a fantastic job. I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. We are Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Thank you for listening to Indiana High School Basketball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Sponsored in part by Coca-Cola, Culver Portside Marina, Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, Ancilla College, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, Howard's Marathon of Winamac, and 5 Star. We thank our sponsors for their dedication in supporting local high school sports.